Introducing Delphi C++ Builder and RAD Studio 10 Seattle, the ultimate application development platform for Windows 10, Mac, mobile, and IoT. RAD Studio 10 Seattle includes many new VCL features. Included with this release are 5 new VCL controls. These controls were specifically designed for Windows 10 with full support for the new Windows 10 styles, but also support other versions of Windows. T-Relative Panel is a new layout panel that provides a lot of flexibility for designing your user interfaces. It lets you position and align child objects in relation to each other or to the parent panel. For example, you can specify to have a text element always positioned to the left side of a panel and a button always below the text. The new Split View control allows you to easily show and hide application content and is designed to be used as a navigational menu, such as a slide and drawer. Choose from docked and overlay display modes and compact and collapsing menu closing styles. T-Toggle Switch is a switch control with 2 states, on and off, and you can easily hide the switch state captions or provide your own custom text. Choose from Modern Light, Modern Dark, and Modern Blue to quickly give your VCL applications the distinct Windows 10 look and feel. The new Activity Indicator control is an indeterminate progress ring indicator. This indicator lets you choose between several types and allows you to modify many visual properties such as the size, speed of animation, and indicator color and style. The new Search Box control is an edit control with search capabilities with many customizable properties. Common dialog styling is also now supported so that your custom VCL styles extend to dialogues such as the printer setup dialog, open dialog, search dialog, and more. The VCL web browser control now also fully supports custom styling. RAD Studio 10 Seattle also includes support for calling WinRT APIs. This includes support for sharing information with other Windows 10 applications using the new Sharing Contract component, and support for Windows 10 notifications using the Notification Center component. Use the provided notification demos to quickly learn how to add notification support to your Windows 10 VCL applications. RAD Studio 10 Seattle includes many new FireMonkey features. Choose from 3 built-in Windows 10 styles to give your existing and new applications the distinct Windows 10 look and feel. Select from Windows 10 Modern Light, Dark, and Blue styles to quickly update your user interface to Windows 10. RAD Studio 10 Seattle also includes support for calling WinRT APIs. This includes support for sharing information with other Windows 10 applications and support for Windows 10 notifications using the Notification Center component. The Multi-View Menu component provides a new mode for Windows 10 to present an animated slide and drawer on Windows. Use the new Windows 10 specific multi-view style elements to easily define custom icons with text that are shown and hidden when the animated menu is expanded or collapsed. RAD Studio 10 Seattle features the FireUI multi-device designer and cross-platform UI framework that delivers the only true single-source solution for natively compiled applications. With this release, we also support native platform rendering on Windows for both T-Edit and T-Memo, in addition to supporting native platform rendering for a range of controls on iOS. This allows you to render the controls using bitmap-based styles or the underlying operating system. FireMonkey Visual Controls now also support mouseover hints on desktop platforms. Simply define a text for your mouseover for selected control, check the Show Hint property, and you will see the custom hint text on mouseover at runtime. RAD Studio 10 Seattle also includes enhanced support for custom list view layouts on iOS. Now, when you create your own custom appearance modes and deploy to iOS, custom appearance modes are fully supported with both platform native rendering as well as style-based rendering. You can now also debug iOS 64-bit applications. This includes a range of debugging features such as breakpoints, conditional breakpoints, step into, step over, and more. With the 10 Seattle release, FireMonkey also supports additional new features such as drag and drop on OS X, tab scrolling support for tab controls, enhancements to the integrated style designer, and more. C++ Builder 10 Seattle introduces a CLANG enhanced RAD C++ compiler for Windows 10, 32-bit and 64-bit, and mobile with RAD extensions for the fastest standard C++ Windows and multi-device application development. Take advantage of tight integration with VCL and FireMonkey, C++ 11 language support, and ARC-based memory management for mobile with backward compatibility. As you can see in the sort vector demo, we use the auto keyword, a C++ 11 feature, and add items to our list box. We then use a range-based for loop to loop through the items in the list box and sort them. Range-based for is a feature introduced by the C++ 11 standard. To use the new CLANG Enhanced compiler with your application, go to your Win32 project compiler options panel and uncheck the classic compiler setting. This will use the new CLANG Enhanced C++ compiler, BCC32C, instead of using the original C++ compiler shipped in previous versions. For example, you can use the parallel programming library's ttask run method and lambda expressions and deploy this application to Windows 32-bit and iOS along with the other supported platforms. In C++ 11, lambda expressions were introduced. Using lambda expressions, you can easily define inline anonymous methods. In the IDE, you can now create a C++ VCL Windows or FireMonkey multi-device application and use the same source code on Windows 32-bit, Windows 64-bit, iOS and Android using the CLANG Enhanced C++ 11 compilers. In C++ Builder and RAD Studio 10 Seattle, you can enable parallel compilation and CLANG Enhanced C++ compilers to significantly decrease compilation time in systems with multi-core processors. RAD Studio 10 Seattle provides twice the IDE memory capacity and twice the project handling capacity, offering huge stability and performance gains. In RAD Studio 10 Seattle, the IDE can now use up to 4 GB of memory, build large, multi-million lines of code projects, and enjoy a new level of productivity, performance, and stability. RAD Studio 10 Seattle integrates new developer productivity features in the IDE. Our IDE multi-monitor support has been extended with full screen mode for additional windows and panes, giving you more flexibility and control to configure screen space to set up the perfect layout. Easily toggle between showing and hiding non-visual controls as you're designing your user interface in the Form Designer. Quickly identify components in the structure pane through their corresponding icons. The new Show option allows you to quickly show or hide different parts of the object inspector. Using the new search functionality, you can easily filter properties and events based on search terms. New code and project management features include project statistics, clipboard history, multi-paste, structural highlighting, flow control highlighting, a navigation toolbar, and much more. Use multi-paste for modifying previously copied text and pasting it into the code editor. Use the Project Statistics feature to get a clear picture of team productivity. Project Statistics provides a real-time view of the amount of time spent editing, designing, inspecting, compiling, and debugging. Clipboard History provides quick access to previously copied content and can hold up to 16 copied items. The Code Navigation toolbar lets you easily navigate through classes and methods. Structural highlighting keeps blocks of code grouped together and identifies the relevant keywords. Structural highlighting uses an alternating sequence of 4 colors to distinguish the depth of a particular block. Build even faster across multiple desktop, mobile, cloud, and database platforms, including 32-bit and 64-bit Windows 10, Mac OS X, iOS and Android, using RAD Studio 10 Seattle. With RAD Studio 10 Seattle, FireDAC now includes complete support for the NoSQL MongoDB database. Use the new FireDAC connection driver, the API classes, and the new components to develop applications that connect to the MongoDB database. This includes MongoDB-specific datasets, including TFD Mongo dataset, which allows you to attach a dataset to a cursor, TFD Mongo query for executing queries, and TFD Mongo pipeline. RAD Studio 10 Seattle support for MongoDB includes classes that wrap the MongoDB APIs, including tmongo connection, tmongo database, tmongo collection, and more. New in Delphi and RAD Studio 10 Seattle is support for Android background services in the IDE. This includes wizards for creating Android services and the ability to easily add them to your existing Delphi Android applications. Select the Android Service Delphi project in the IDE to get started and choose from local and remote service options with support for asynchronous tasks using intents. Local services are only used by the host application, while remote services are accessible from other applications as well. The Android Service project consists of a data module to create the methods and events for the service. For example, you can use Start Sticky to create an Android background service that will automatically restart if it is terminated. Building the Android Service project creates the binary files that the main application needs. After you've built the Android service, you can easily add it to your host application using the built-in IDE support. Once deployed to your Android device, your host application can start the service to continue processing in the background, even if the application is dismissed. In Application Settings, you can see the running host app and any background services it has running. With the built-in support for Android services in Delphi 10 Seattle, you can add any number of services to your Android applications. What makes Android services great is that they can continue to run even when your application is not running. Adding Android services to your application is very useful for collecting beacon data or when talking to IoT devices such as heart rate monitors, fitness trackers, and more. RAD Studio 10 Seattle, the ultimate application development platform for Windows 10, Mac, mobile, and IoT.